Land Use Room, Open Space and Recreation Committee, December 13th. This is recording.
7 o'clock, and we have a quorum, and the meeting is open. And our main purpose tonight is to review this proposal from CAI and to vote on whether we think this is a good proposal, and we want to have our mapping done through them. I got all the old maps from our previous vendor, Pioneer Valley Planning Commission. They gave us all the files, sent them all over to CAI, who's gonna update them. And this is gonna be, I'd like to take it a step further than just have nice PDF maps to look at. These are gonna be on the assessor's database, so they can be accessed online. They can be updated as we go along. It'd be a living document instead of just being a nice looking PDF, you know?
Yeah.
So I figure we might as well get the most out of it. You don't have to do that, but it's pretty much included in the price anyway.
Yeah, when you're so close as it is.
Dennis, it certainly seems reasonable, I mean, what they're proposing here. I mean, are we obligated in any way as far as a second bid or third bid? Or
No, nope, because it's not over $10,000. Is what I understand.
Okay.
If we vote on it and approve it, then it goes to Steinhardt. Did you already check with the Community Preservation Committee to see if we have that much money to?
No, that's something that I've been trying to talk to Bob and try to get things together.
Well, I think we'll let the selectmen take care of that because they're the ones that are promoting it. Carl doesn't seem to think it's a big deal, so won't be a big deal if he takes care of it. But all we have to do is just approve it and send it to him. It's gonna take some work on our part. Carl had him amended so we do own the files.
Yeah, that's important.
So Carl's looked at this then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So somebody want to make a motion to approve the agreement?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry, we jumped ahead, Cindy. We should have done your minutes first. I
That's
apologize.
quite all right. I think it's,
Just wanted to make sure we got that done before.
Yep.
because that was important.
Just good.
Everybody have the minutes?
Yeah. It's the minutes.
Oh, yeah, you really ought
That's,
to do yourself a favor.
I heard something
sure?
calling my name.
Gotta try one of those cookies. Hey, how you doing?
Amazing.
We met last night.
Oh,
We missed you.
yeah. Oh, silly me. All right.
See ya. So I looked at the minutes before. I didn't see anything that didn't look right. Anybody find any discrepancies or? Yeah, at least find a misspelling or something.
I know,
Come on.
I'm like a nitpicker, and I couldn't really find anything.
Spelled Stednicky right.
Dennis not being here, I'm just asking a question about this Stofanowski. What's changed with that? I mean, we had a community garden, but why is this under?
Which page are we on?
It says Stofanowski now is a community garden under conservation.
Yeah, that wasn't in the last open space plan, we didn't have that in there.
Oh.
That's something new that we will add to.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's a good catch.
But we've had that for, it just wasn't in the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since the plan, I want to say it's been 4 years, or this is the 4th year.
Is it, can we go on?
I think we've done 3.
Yeah.
I did it twice and skipped this year, so I've done 3.
Yeah, we got a lot of good input from Park and Rec, a lot of stuff from Park and Rec. I think we can just take a lot of that and put it right into the plan.
You need something more organized for that, or just? what we
Yeah,
have there?
yeah,
I think
a lot of the stuff that's in there about, needing practice fields. There's needs in here, and there's a spot right for it, what do we need? And that would be,
I'll get it worked up a little more organized then.
there's a summary of the community's needs, but then there's another most important needs for the town of Southwick, additional areas for mountain biking, additional athletic fields and multi-purpose fields, but it doesn't specify,
What kind of field?
what kind of field, so, yeah, if you could go into that, I think you've got it on there,
Yep.
page over there. Just scratch out and change it. And I keep coming back to this section 7, because most of this stuff doesn't exist, or I don't know about it, like the beehives on Drake Mountain, I don't know. We didn't take a vote of the minutes, did we?
Thanks.
Everybody read the minutes, all set? Did we get a motion?
Sure. So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are passed.
Thank you.
Yeah, the
I'm gonna
beehive
go
on
on.
Drake Mountain.
There you go.
Do you know anything about that, Craig? The beehive on Drake Mountain behind your house there?
I know all about it.
Is it still there, or is there still a
It's on private
possibility?
property now, correct?
But is-
Really,
So is there a possibility of ever preserving that, or is that just,
I don't know how that would work with where it is.
Nobody knows exactly what that is, right? I mean, it was called the Monk's Cave for 30 years because it was thought that monks had somehow inhabited that. Then it was thought to be a Civil War hideout as a secondary purpose, and I think it was a whole thing.
Drake Mountain
Yeah.
proposed, and that's right behind you too, right?
Well, that's
Where's that? Page,
right on the
Section
cover
7.
page.
And Solak Hill
Oh,
has
you're
been,
here, I see.
Solak Hill's been preserved, so
Yeah.
that's got the APR.
So, yeah, I would think you'd want to remove Solak Hill for that reason alone. I don't know anything about the proposed Crescent Circle Park.
No,
Besides what's written here, I don't have any.
I think we should start scratching off the ones that just,
I would think it's a low priority.
I mean, most of these are not existing or not feasible.
Infeasible, probably a good
It's been in the-
designation.
It's been in the last 3 plans, but there's no reason to continue it if it's not real. So for the next meeting, if we could come back with that section 7, people's ideas on it. And the other, summary of the community's needs, I was wondering where they found this, because it said other findings of these surveys include, but none of this stuff was in our survey. New residential housing, single-family homes, a preference for new business. That was from an old survey, it was done. I'm guessing that probably most of it still remains legitimate, but
Yeah, hard to say.
so if we think that is still all current and relevant, we could just add that. Do you think, Craig, we should stay with that?
Yeah, I was just thinking about one thing, I don't know if we discussed this in open space before or not, and I know it's a rather sore subject, but, you know, we have all these motorized vehicles, you know, ATVs or dirt bikes or whatever, that, you know, we have problems with in the different areas that we try to manage. And yet, we've got no real place as a town to give them an alternative, I mean.
Other than the motocross?
Well, yeah, but, you know, we have to get something, I think, more formalized, so I'm thinking that these, you know, liability, what it is and so forth, there'd have to be a way to, provide an alternate, so that when they're kicked off of Goose Pond or whatever we say as a town, whether it's an arrangement with Bear Mountain or, you know, or whatever, we should pursue something, it seems to me, where, you know.
Yeah, who would do that?
I don't know, I thought we approached this as open space at one point, and then I don't know what we did.
Well, we had somebody come in at one time that wanted us to give them land to ride motorized vehicles on, but, you know, we don't have the land to give them, and we don't.
No, that was up on Sodom or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they found a place in Granville or someplace
Did they?
that's more suitable, because they don't want to ride around just in circles. They want to
Right.
ride all over the place, and it
But I'm
really,
just saying, as far as a town need, I mean, that's,
but when we look at the survey,
The
we're
survey
gonna
results
see in the
show
survey
that.
results how many people are looking
Motorized
for,
trail, yeah.
you know, that.
Okay.
We'll go through that when we get the needs, and then, but when we actually had that open space committee, I know what you're saying, and there was people coming in here, but when somebody wants to preserve a piece of land, they usually come in with a plan and some kind of grant or something, not just saying, you need to give us this land, because we don't have the capability, or the, you know, who would do it?
I don't think it should be on us to do that. I
Right.
think that I think we need to be able to provide some alternative to these people, as opposed to just,
Alternative in another town?
maybe it's in another town, I mean, maybe it's a relationship with the, you know, motocross track or
Because-
something like that. We don't have the information.
Yeah,
We
because
don't know, we don't know.
other towns, they've got agreements, like snowmobilers go into towns, and they give a lot of money to the towns, they maintain the trails and stuff.
Yeah.
So the towns love the snowmobilers, because they provide so much money.
Right.
But so far, we haven't had anybody approach us. I don't think there's that much trails or land for,
I don't think there is in the town either.
but when we get to we go
The
through
survey results should,
the results, and we'll see what the,
if
But
they're
I
there.
think what's happening though, I mean, in a town where we have motocross, which is the big thing, right? We have no way for these little guys to start learning this if this is their dream, and so they violate the rest of us and the properties that we have and so forth, so.
yeah. Well, it's tough to live your dream if you don't have the property to do it on, and,
Right.
you know, it's,
No, I know.
it's, you know, you go out and you buy this expensive machine, you got nowhere to ride it,
Right,
and
or if you don't have a
Yeah,
truck to
it's
haul
not my
it to
fault.
wherever you can take it, where you can then ride it, you know, that's the other thing, I mean, a lot of
I
people. just
remember
want-
when we
Zoom out the
put the,
backyard.
we put the rail trail, when we
Right.
did the bike path, these people came in and, you know, I ride, that's where I ride my ATV, I ride my quad out there. But it was, I remember Fred Arnold was at that meeting, and he said, you know, you guys are riding your ATVs through my property, so I'm gonna drive my tractor through your property, is that okay too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we have the same thing, we have, you know, and we have certain, forestry requirements and so forth, and I mean, they tear up the trails and all, but when you catch them, they say, well, where are we gonna go? Well, not that it's my problem, but I don't even know what to tell them, I don't even know what's available.
Well, you know, we've got the best resource in going right now is Kevin Bishop, the police chief. That's his whole thing, you know, if anybody would start a committee or get involved with it, trying to find something, because he's asked me that question for years, you know, because he's gone out with me on sites where we've had to shut people down because they're driving through ponds and
Oh, yeah.
lakes and stuff, and he goes, well, where are they supposed to ride?
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't have that, I know where they can't ride, but I don't know where they can ride.
Well, I even have a problem with mountain bikes on our property. tearing
Yeah,
stuff up.
they can be a problem too, right, digging up the turf.
Yeah, it's really bad. I mean, not motorized mountain bikes.
Yeah, right,
Bicycle.
right. And those guys have clubs too, and they have clubs, you know, you leave it the way you find it, you know, that's their motto. And they were up at Sofinowski's for a while, and they used those trails, and they did a good job of,
Yeah, I can't say the same for what they've done on Drake Mountain,
yeah.
yeah, so. Anyway, it's just something to think about.
Yeah, we've got a problem with the Appalachian Mountain Trail, it's the New England Scenic Trail, that
Do you
one's
have a
right
pen?
behind you.
Right,
We put that new footbridge in, it's a floating bridge, and it was really expensive. We got it with CPA money, and now people are driving their ATVs over it and could do damage to it, so now we've gotta figure out a way how to keep them out of there. It would be nice to have an alternative for them, if we could at least, you know, like I say, if we get to the point, we can talk to Bishop about it and ask him what he would recommend. So one time we talked about, you know, we'll take a piece of land here and you can drive, but they don't wanna ride around in circles, that's boring for them. And it looks like we need to have a couple of more public meetings with like the planning board and other land use boards to talk to them about what their preferences are. Should we invite them to our next meeting? I know we invited everybody to the last public meeting, but.
Park and Rec was the best one.
Park and Rec were
Yeah, Jeannie
good.
did a good job.
Yes.
So we'll send off the appropriate places, the planning board would put their input in here, the pages, send it to them, ask them for their input.
Okay.
And we can go to one of their meetings, or they can come to one of our meetings.
so who are we inviting?
Planning board,
Okay,
so we don't have a master plan, so we really don't know what the planning board has got in mind for the future. Yeah, they're more react to what people bring to them,
Right.
rather than having a plan, we'd like to see this in Southwick, we'd like to see that in Southwick.
I know,
It'd be nice to have some planning.
right.
So what was else on the agenda?
Survey results.
Survey results, how many, 400 so far? We got
Yeah, 468.
468. And Cindy's trying to figure out a way now where she can compile the results in a spreadsheet or something, you know, 'cause you're gonna have to go through every single one of them
Hit a bunch of
and put
check
down
boxes
how many.
somehow.
Each and every single one.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
gonna spend a day.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be worth it though, when we can compile it and
Self-compile.
get what you
Yeah.
need to know.
Then you can
Yeah.
analyze it and
Yeah.
do a lot of good stuff.
Exactly.
And I'm not sure how long we wanna wait before we analyze it, but
Right.
This
That's
is,
what I was wondering when we think the last of them will dribble in, I don't know.
yeah.
this is much more than we got last time.
Yeah.
I think we were in the 200s.
I think I remember.
Well,
the
we'll
number.
take a check at the next meeting and see how many we have and how far you've gotten with it.
Exactly.
If it takes 1 minute each, there's almost 8 hours of work there. You know.
Hard pressed to do one in a minute, I think.
Pretty much. Because there's a
If you could do
lot
it in
of
10, I'd be really
data
impressed.
and this double page.
You need some minions.
And then you have to write in, you know, any type of input that they included, which I think that in itself is a wealth of information.
So the goal for the next meeting, we'll have, try to get some input from the planning board, figure out the list, what we wanna take off the priority preserve list, and what we wanna keep on there. I mean, if there are possibilities that still exist on there, we could try to pursue them, or at least keep them on the list. And if there's other possibilities out there that we're not thinking of, add that to the list. There's gotta be some new stuff that we want. Next meeting is January 17th?
If that is agreeable to you all,
I won't be able to make it.
no? It's not,
Not set in stone, but
No.
we'll
I mean, you're a quorum plus
We'll have
one
it-
as
we'll
I
have it
sit here.
tentative on that.
It's okay with me.
It's this very special birthday for my wife.
aw,
And they're all special.
They
This-
are.
This one has some numeric significance. It ends in a 0. Yeah, she finally hit the big 3-0.
oh boy. You better do something nice
Oh,
for it.
it's.
my husband sent me a
It's
bouquet of
planned,
black
reserved.
balloons on my 30th.
Black balloons.
I could have killed him. My
Ooh.
friends thought it was
I
funny.
think John would be dead if he did that.
Don't do it, trust me.
Anybody else got anything they wanna add? Cindy, are we missing anything? Anything we need to do?
No, because we pretty much covered everything that was very important.
Good then.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming. We'll keep you posted through the emails, if anything comes up when the mapping starts to come in and all that kind of good stuff. We'll have big maps for all the walls to take a look at.
Move to adjourn?
Second,
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
What's the name of those cookies? Do they have a name?
Yes, they're double chocolate Kahlua.
Oh,
I nominate
Good to
those
know.
for the official cookie.
Thank you.
They're really good.
I'm
I
glad
never,
you liked
I
them.
never met a cookie I didn't like. But even after saying it, those